YouTube. So today's beer review is not going to be one beer review, it's going to be three beer reviews in one. It's going to be three beers that was given to me by a friend from Norway, who's also a viewer of my channel. It is these three beers here. All of them are lagers. It is the Hansa Fatl, which means Fatl means actually draft beer, which makes no sense because it isn't draft beer. It's canned, and there's no nitrogen or anything in there. Then it's Ringnes Fatøl, Ringnes Fatøl, and Fredrikstad Pilsner. All of them are lagers, and I'm gonna drink these three during the day and make a triple review for you guys. So this is the first of the beers, YouTube, the Hansa Fatøl, the original from Oslo in Norway, I think. It says here, a lot of it, it's 4.5% alcohol, it's a half-a liter can. It says here, since the launch for more than 20 years ago, Hansa Fatøl, or draft beer, has always been the draft beer with the biggest D. Many have tried to copy it, but no one has ever reached the high quality of the original. It is the biggest and the best. Hansa Fatøl is brewed after the German Reinheitsgebot, or purity law, and we only use the finest German hops in the beer, which gives it an exquisite aroma and a balanced bitterness. It is a beer for beer knowers or beer connoisseurs. So we'll see. Let's pour it into my Weinstefana glass here. Like just a basic pale lager color. It's like fizzy yellow. Not much of an aroma, really. The aroma is just like a graininess, along with a slight amount of malt. It doesn't smell skunky though, probably because it's been in a can, but it smells slightly metallic. There is a faint amount of hops as well, but it doesn't smell that nice. But let's give it a taste. Oh, that is average pale lager, guys. Taste is very weak, not much taste at all. I get slight amount of hops, very very faint hops. It's not balanced and bitter, as they say. It's quite metallic actually, and sort of got a taste that reminds me of cardboard. It's not very nice. Along with that, you get some kind of tart flavor, which is sort of tastes like the beer has gone bad. But other than that, it's drinkable. It's refreshing. Rating wise, I would give this a 30. It's a mediocre beer really, and not worth checking out. So guys, now it's time for the next of the Norwegian beers I got. It's the Ringnes Fatøl. I'm gonna use the Vakken cup, Born to Bang. Let's open it. It looks a bit darker because the glass has a sort of a blue tinge to it, but it's the exact same color. Here on the back it says Ringnes Fatøl has a deep golden color. The beer is harmonic with a round taste and a comfortable sweetness, together with a balanced bitterness and a classic character, and that's it. And the brewery, Ringnes Brewery, has actually been brewed since 1877, and it's owned by Carlsberg. But here it is for you guys. Just a standard, slightly darker color, but that's probably because of the glass. Frothy yet, let's give it a go. Aroma is very grainy, more grainy than the other one. Not metallic though, but slightly skunky. Let's give it a taste. Here, let's give it a taste. Problem with this though, it's skunky. The other one wasn't. It's skunky, Metallic as well. No, this is actually better. I prefer the Hansa. Skunky, metallic, slight amount of grassy hops. It's grainy as well. This is even worse. This is getting a 25, guys. This is not very good. It's very bland. Slightly more bitter though, but I prefer the Hansa. So YouTube, now it's later in the day and I'm back with the last of the Norwegian beers. It's the last of the bunch. It's the Fredrikstad Pilsner or Fredrikstad Pilsner. Yeah, and there's what info is there on here. It's brewed with water, malted barley and hops. It's on 4.7% alcohol. And there is some info here. Fredrikstad has great beer traditions all the way back from 1567. In the garrison city, grown-up people drank around 8 liters of beer a day, and the thirst for beer wasn't smaller in the suburbs. Back then, as it still is today and tomorrow, Fredrikstad Pils is one of our best drinks. Cheers, and that's it. So let's crack it open and pour it into the Warsteiner glass. This I think seems like the darkest of the bunch. It is more darker, still like your average golden color. You can see the beer there. Yeah, golden yellow, straw color. Quite decent amount of carbonation, pretty big bright white head. That's about it. Let's give it a taste, or let's first check out the aroma. This one doesn't smell skunky. This one like graininess and some maltiness, along with a decent amount of citric malt hops actually. So that's quite citric and hoppy for a Pilsner, but let's give it a taste. Yeah, strange. First, flavor impression I got was sort of like honey-ish. Like some kind of sweetness. In the first sip, some sugary sweetness, which is strange. On top of that, slight amount of graininess, some slightly biscuity malt, and then also those hops. It's definitely more hoppy than the others. Not saying it's like IPA hoppy. Definitely more like hoppy flavor. Along with that, there's some, the hops there is like grassy and citric, and the body, it's light, but it's actually quite crisp and not watery, which is nice. Yeah, overall this is the best of the bunch, I think. This is the one I like the most, the Fredrikstad Pilsner. Rating wise, it's getting a 50. This is actually an average lager or Pilsner that is average. It's not good, it's not bad, but I can't really find much wrong with it. So a 50, and my favorite of the 3 Norwegian beers, the Fredrikstad Pilsner. That's it for this 3-part beer review, guys. Check out all my other beer reviews, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, and all that stuff, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next beer review.